Aliens finally met the real humans and regretted everything. The first thing the galaxy learned about humanity was a lie, not a deliberate lie. Just a misunderstanding so massive that it changed the course of history. For 200 years, every alien civilization believed humans were weak, peaceful, harmless. The galaxy had evidence. Humans traded instead of conquering. Humans negotiated instead of threatening. Human ships carried medicine, food, and engineers. When pirates attacked colonies, humans evacuated civilians. When famines struck distant worlds, humans delivered aid. When wars erupted, humans offered ceasefires. The galaxy laughed. Among the stars, strength commanded respect. Kindness was considered a symptom of weakness, and humans were the kindest species anyone had ever met. The Galactic Assembly often joked about them. Need a hospital? Call the humans. Need disaster relief? Call the humans. Need someone to apologize for something they didn't even do? Definitely call the humans. Laughter always followed. Humans became useful, trusted, almost beloved, but never respected, not truly. There was only one species that didn't laugh, the Vrax Dominion, the largest military empire in known space. The Vrax ruled over hundreds of systems. Their fleets numbered in the millions. Their war academies taught a simple philosophy. If a species chooses peace, it is because it lacks the power for war. The Vrax believed humanity was weak, and eventually they decided to prove it. Supreme Warlord Craven stood before a holographic map of human territory. His crimson scales reflected starlight. Generals surrounded him. "Analysis complete," said an officer. Human military forces remain minimal, fleet numbers, insignificant, megastructures, none detected, defensive capabilities, limited. Craven smiled. Then humanity will become the Dominion's newest province. No one objected. Why would they? The evidence seemed overwhelming. The invasion began 3 weeks later. Thousands of Vrax warships crossed the border. Colonies surrendered immediately. Mining stations were occupied. Trade routes seized. Entire systems fell without resistance. Galactic news networks broadcast the advance continuously. Commentators predicted complete human collapse within months, some estimated weeks. The assembly watched nervously. Human ambassadors demanded negotiations. Again and again and again. Each request was rejected. Craven found it amusing. Even now, they beg for peace. The assembly interpreted humanity's behavior exactly as the Vrax did: fear, desperation, weakness. No one realized what was actually happening. Humans weren't begging. They were giving the Vrax opportunities. One final message arrived from Earth. It was transmitted to every military command center in the Dominion, every government, every news network, every ship. The message contained only one sentence: "We strongly advise you to stop." The galaxy laughed. Craven laughed hardest of all. Then humanity disappeared. Not literally. Their diplomats vanished. Trade vessels vanished, civilian traffic vanished, communications vanished. Entire human sectors became silent. The silence lasted 10 days. The galaxy assumed humanity was collapsing. Then day 11 arrived, and everything changed. At exactly 0317 Galactic Standard Time, the Dominion lost contact with 32 fleets, not damaged, not attacked. Gone every ship, every crew. Every transmission, gone. Military analysts blamed equipment failures. Then another 50 fleets disappeared, then 70, then 100. Panic began spreading. No enemy vessels had been detected. No weapons signatures. Nothing. Ships simply vanished. Craven ordered emergency investigations. What his scientists discovered terrified them. Every missing fleet had encountered unidentified gravitational distortions seconds before disappearing. Distortions that shouldn't exist. Distortions produced by technology far beyond anything known. The data was impossible, and it was getting worse. 1 week later, a Dominion battle group entered the Helios system, a strategically insignificant human star system. The fleet commander expected no resistance. Instead, he found a wall, not a force field, not a station. A wall, a structure stretching millions of kilometers through space. Constructed from materials no sensor could identify. The object had not existed the previous day. Yet there it was, bereaking an entire star system. The commander transmitted a challenge. No response. He ordered weapons fired. Thousands of plasma cannons unleashed hell. The wall remained untouched, not scratched, not heated, not affected. Then a message appeared on every screen, 3 words. Turn around now. The fleet commander ignored it. That decision lasted 17 seconds. The wall moved, not physically. Reality moved around it. Space folded. Stars twisted. Sensors exploded. And the entire battle group vanished, 180,000 warships, gone without a trace. For the first time in centuries, the Vrax Dominion felt fear. Craven demanded answers. He finally received one. From humanity, the transmission originated from Earth. The real Earth, not the peaceful image known to the galaxies, something hidden, something ancient, something terrifying. A woman appeared on screen, gray hair, calm eyes, Sibyl clothing, no military uniform, no symbols of authority. Yet every human in the room stood when she entered, even admirals, even politicians, even generals. My name is Eleanor Hayes. Her voice was gentle. We have attempted diplomacy. We have attempted restraint. We have attempted coexistence. You interpreted these actions as weakness. She paused. You made a mistake, Craven snarled. What are you? The old woman smiled sadly. The question isn't what we are. It's what you thought we were. She activated a hologram. The galaxy stared. Entire regions of space appeared on the map, regions beyond known borders, beyond explored territory, beyond everything. Then labels appeared, thousands of them, conquered, neutralized, extinct threat. Contained, died. Silence filled the assembly. Craven's expression changed. For the first time, uncertainty appeared. Eleanor continued. 10,000 years ago, humanity nearly destroyed itself. Then we nearly destroyed everyone else. The hologram shifted. Ancient wars appeared, planetary annihilations, stellar engineering. Reality-altering weapons, civilizations erased from history. We learned a lesson. We learned power without restraint is extinction. So we chose another path. The old woman looked directly into the camera. We became peaceful, not because we lacked strength, because we possessed too much. Nobody spoke. Nobody moved. Then another image appeared. A human structure hidden inside a star, then another, inside a black hole, then another, orbiting a neutron star, then thousands more. The galaxy suddenly realized something horrifying. Human territory wasn't small. Only the visible part was. Everything they had seen for centuries had been a mask. The real human civilization existed in places no one could reach. Protected by technologies so advanced they appeared supernatural. Entire fleets hidden, entire worlds concealed, entire populations invisible waiting. Watching, restraining themselves. Craven refused to believe it. Impossible. Eleanor nodded. That's what everyone says. Then she showed them the archives, the true archives, the reason humanity had hidden its strength. The reason humans feared themselves more than any enemy. The recordings displayed monsters, not aliens, humans, human war fleets, human weapons, human soldiers. The galaxy watched star systems vanish. Watched suns extinguished, watched civilizations erased in moments. One weapon folded a planet into a cube the size of a building. Another transformed an entire fleet into frozen statues suspended in time. Another simply removed matter from existence. No explosion, no energy, just absence. The recordings ended. Silence followed. Eleanor spoke again. We buried these technologies. We dismantled our war machine. We swore never to become that civilization again. Her eyes hardened. Then you invaded us. Craven finally understood. The humans weren't revealing power to intimidate him. They were revealing it because they had run out of alternatives. Unfortunately, realization came too late. At that moment, alarms erupted across Dominion space. Hundreds of worlds reported unidentified objects appearing in orbit, not attacking, not firing, simply appearing, gigantic black structures. Larger than moons, larger than planets, ancient, silent. Waiting, every military analyst reached the same conclusion. If those structures opened fire, the Dominion would cease to exist. They never did. Because humans still didn't want war. Eleanor made one final offer. Withdraw Restern occupied territory. Pay reparations, end the conflict, no revenge, no conquest, no punishment, just peace. The assembly expected Craven to accept immediately. Instead, pride spoke, the oldest enemy of intelligent life. We do not surrender. The words echoed through the chamber. Humans closed their eyes. Not in fear, in disappointment. Eleanor nodded slowly. I was afraid you'd say that. The transmission ended. What happened next became the most studied military disaster in galactic history. The war lasted 4 hours, not 4 years. 4 hours. Human fleets emerged from hidden space. Millions of vessels, then billions. Shipyards unfolded from stars. Factories emerged from black holes. Entire armadas materialized from dimensions no one knew existed. The galaxy finally met the real humans, not merchants, not diplomats, not aid workers, warriors. Ancient warriors who had spent millennia mastering every form of conflict imaginable. Warriors who hated war so much they had dedicated 10,000 years to avoiding it. And who had just been forced to remember exactly how good they were at it. Dominion fleets vanished by the thousands. Command networks collapsed. Weapons failed. Defenses evaporated. Every strategy was countered before it began. Every retreat route was blocked. Every secret base exposed. Humans weren't fighting harder. They were fighting smarter, faster, better. Within hours, the greatest military empire in galactic history ceased to function. Then something unexpected happened. Humanity stopped. They could have conquered the galaxy. Nobody could stop them. Nobody even came close. Instead, they withdrew. Aegon, the hidden fleets vanished. The impossible weapons disappeared. The moon-sized structures left orbit. Everything returned to normal. Almost. Because now the galaxy knew the illusion was gone. Humanity had never been weak. Never the friendly traders, the helpful engineers, the disaster relief workers, the diplomats. Those were real. Completely real. But they were choices, not limitations. The galaxy had mistaken kindness for inability, mercy for weakness, patience for fear. And humanity had allowed the misunderstanding because it preferred peace. Years later, new cadets across hundreds of species studied the conflict. One sentence appeared in every military textbook. A warning repeated throughout known space. A lesson written in countless languages. If humans offer peace, accept it. Because if they are asking instead of demanding, they are showing restraint. And if humanity ever stops asking, it means you've finally met the real humans. And by then, it's already too late.